Well, hey, Camile's fixing her boob.
My bra pocket. Hold on. Hey there.
Hold on.
I'm Kimile.
And I'm Gretchen, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of
Backcomb Beauties. That's right.
We're back at you, y'all. We now are in episode 2 of season 2.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
What?
We're hitting some stride. Man.
What do you think about our headbands today?
I love the crown. I think the crown's
Is it fitting?
It's fitting. I think it fits us. Yeah.
I decided I had to pull out a little hair. I was feeling like I needed to go wash my face.
And I just got full face, man. I'm like, you see my full face. Yeah, okay.
I know.
That's right.
I know.
My blue earrings.
I don't know, one of the times we wore these, we were like the chicken of the sea.
They were, like tuna star. Remember, what was that?
It was tuna.
Tuna star? Yeah, I think it was tuna star.
Cute little Jessica Simpson was like, I didn't know there's chicken in the sea.
Tuna. You ever hear? I used to get called tuna puss. You ever get called tuna puss?
That is not a good thing, Camille.
No,
there's a reason why somebody.
My friend ever called everybody tuna puss.
Yeah, right.
No, it's true. And then you ever heard the carp C word? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Unfortunate if that happened.
Aaron was just telling me, and I can't repeat it here, but he was just telling me a story. No, I don't want to embarrass.
Whoever.
Yeah, this was like a high school thing.
Was it
there was an episode that happened that smelled like tuna. And do you know to this day, and I love tuna fish sandwiches, he can't do fish. He can't smell it. He doesn't want to eat it.
Oh my God, I just got an awareness. I just had an epiphany. I had somebody literally like that. And I was making fish in my house. He walked in like, oh, what is that smell? He grabbed the pan, threw it out back. Threw the pan and my fish out back. I'm like, you just ruined my dinner. He's like, no carp.
Little did he know that smell's going to be around for a little bit.
I know. Well,
she could have had her dinner.
I know.
And the smell still would have.
But I was like, that was just so awful. I can see now. I think I now know there was a PTSD moment going on. Okay, so continue because your sweetie.
So yeah, my
had
sweetie
a PTSD moment with us.
It wasn't a sexual thing. Like let's not go there. But there was a memory of the smell, and women. It's Camille and I. We're talking.
We're girls.
We're just talking to you,
girl to girl.
If there is ever a whiff of something that doesn't smell right, take care of it. Take care of it. Because chances are it's not going to smell like gravy, y'all. It's going to smell like fish.
Gravy.
Remember we talked about the dance costume that my daughter and I had to saturate in woolite. It was so bad.
Jeez.
Because I think
some men are saints. I'm just going to say this.
Oh.
Some men are saints. I've heard that joke. If you get past the smell, you got it licked. It's literally. Can I say that on Backcomb Beauties?
This is the last episode of Backcomb Beauties before we are yanked.
We're going to make you laugh. That is what we're going to do. We're going to make you laugh.
What's the difference in tuna fish, cooch, and
carp?
Ball sweat?
Well, swass. Seriously, swass. It's like that. Look, human beings are stinky. We're just stinky.
If you don't take care of it,
right? I just think even if you're sweating, you're stinky.
I know, but that's why you take a shower.
Well, you take a shower
every day. You don't go to bed smelling that way.
No, you got
because that is a guarantee. And maybe you don't want to have sex with your partner. Maybe you just go to bed like that, and you're probably going to be good for the night.
I've had some men tell me they enjoy the smell. I'm just going to tell you. Like again, it is. Some people buy dirty underwear.
What are we calling this episode?
I don't know.
How do we even?
I don't even know. This
all started with these cute little headbands.
Now we talked about tuna. And so I'm going naturally to where I would just go tuna puss. It was just on the top of my mind. So that's how we started this episode. But look, again, some men enjoy that. There's a market for stinky underwear. There is. You know this. Didn't someone ask you for yours?
No, they asked if I sold pictures of my feet.
Oh,
big difference, Camille.
Right. No.
Big difference.
I actually had someone ask me if I would send to my old.
Why are you flapping your foot? Are you nervous?
Probably shouldn't be talking like this.
You had somebody ask you for what?
For like,
Stinky underwear?
yeah. I'm like,
What is wrong with y'all
why
people?
would you?
Why? What?
I was just like,
What are
I
we
was just naive. Like, for what? I mean, you want my?
Was this
I was
last
thinking my
week?
clean. No, this is years ago. Before I knew why. Yeah.
The weirdos that are
Yeah.
out there that. Oh
But
my
odors
gosh.
are look, and I'll tell you something. You can memory. If you ever remember grandma's house smelled like cookies or something, it is the shit. Like again, your guy with the tuna smell, he can't
It's a
be
bad
with
memory,
it.
y'all.
It's
This
a
is from
bad
high
memory.
school, maybe junior high.
But
High
smells
school? I
are
don't know,
really
but-
tied to memories.
Woo.
That just
I-
how somehow
I
smells.
know.
Or
You
whatever.
know what?
Yeah.
You're so right because this
Yeah.
morning I was wiping my face on my
Yeah.
towel, and when I smelled it, I was like, "Oh, this smells like the chlorine from
Oh,
towels of my childhood when we
Oh,
used to go
yeah.
swimming at my granny's house." I get
Yes, yes.
it. We should probably go down that road instead of the
Of the cootie
Tuna
road,
push.
the cootie road. Yeah,
the cootie.
coochie.
Yeah. So
Coochie.
women,
Just make sure you smell
if
good.
you,
girl.
you know what, if your partner, well, here's the deal.
Well,
If
he's
you,
got-
if
it's
you
what
can
he
smell
wants.
it through your clothes,
So
go-
can he.
so can everybody.
Well, everybody, so can everybody. That's right. But to each his own. And
No.
so again, if
No.
then we
Camille.
don't come over to my living room.
If you're in an elevator
oh
and somebody's got
Oh,
a
God.
smell, here's the deal. It's one thing to have BO that's disgusting.
Yeah.
But when you have private part smell,
I've never smelled that on anybody. Have you? I guess you did when your daughter bought that costume that was from someone else's crotch. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I've never had that problem. I'm just
I have been around strangers, like in a like maybe you're standing in line or you're close, but you're not like intimate, but you're, you're
okay,
in the
okay.
vicinity, and,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, ooh, something's off. Ooh, what is that?
oh dear.
And then I have to tell myself, like, shut up, Gretchen.
Yeah, don't.
What if it's their crotch, male or female? What if? Stop, Gretchen. But
you
I
were
know
gonna
my
turn
face.
left.
My face is like this. Ooh, ooh, and then I'm like this. You?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I gotta tell you something I heard hilarious yesterday.
Oh, put your seatbelts on,
Oh my
everybody.
gosh.
Here we go.
Oh, you've heard of ayahuasca, okay? Yep. It's a medicine, whatever. But I guess if you're doing an ayahuasca ceremony in Costa Rica or Peru, this stuff is strong. But there was this girl that did it, and she's standing with her friend, and she's like, "What is that smell?" Because and her friend's like, "Oh my gosh, I smell it too." What am I standing in? She was standing in poop. Just gonna say that she was.
How? Why?
Because you are so out of it in some of these ceremonies. You poop yourself. I'm just going to say it. You're pooping. You're puking.
What?
It is.
People want to do that?
People pay for this.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But she was
Sign
down
me
there.
up.
She was looking at her friend going,
Was it her
doing-
poop?
No, it was her friend's poop. And
Oh.
she's like, I don't know what I smell it too. What is that? And then she looks down and there's poop literally falling out her pants. And then she kind of reached, she's got poop in her hole. And so whatever, like they came out of their ceremony and they're kind of like, okay, they're coming back to
How do you
sobriety.
recover?
Well, I'm like,
Where do you go? I mean, do they warn you, like, bring
Yes.
a second pair of
yes,
pants?
yes, they do. Yes,
They
they do.
do?
They have. This is common. You want to be a ceremony coach?
No,
you want
Camille.
to be there helping people.
F no. What's wrong with you? God, you got to sit there and
Oh,
be like, watch
oh.
them do. You're like, oh,
So I'm like, I don't know that I'd be going out,
Oh.
to the desert and doing
pay
that.
me a
You
lot.
better bring second clothes.
Well, you got to bring wipes.
You
Y'all,
got-
there's got to bring a garbage sack. You got to bring
Here's
something
your
to
prep.
get rid of it.
No, here's your prep time.
Oh, we should create a kit.
Yeah, you gotta have a prep kit. No, for real. I'd be like, I would do colonics. I would do, the day or two before. I would be.
Oh,
empty.
yeah, you would
I
clean
would.
out.
I would not have that
That's a
movement.
good idea.
There's no need for it. I'd be clean.
Why would you want to throw up?
Well, that's it. I mean, but this is apparently there is really, it's like a grandmother teacher type spiritual energy.
Or
of
maybe it's
people.
just the nasty stuff.
Well, it is. Of course it is. But you're having a hallucinogenic trip. I mean, you're kind of tripping on stuff.
Wow.
And it is like a therapeutic. People really do get some huge awarenesses in their life about who they are, what they're letting go of. And so if you've got some trauma, I'm telling you, there's some therapeutic value in it. I don't know that pooping in
Shit
front
yourself,
of people.
Maybe your childhood trauma is not that bad because you just shit yourself. Maybe that's how it works, right? And then you're standing there with your BFF and you're both like, gosh, something's off. Then you walk a second and you're like, what is that sensation? And then you look at your BFF and you go, Kimile.
Gretchen, what is that smell?
Kimile, what have you done? God, can't take you anywhere. Did you bring pants?
I bet this happened to many people that have done ayahuasca. I bet it has. Because it's common. I mean,
Maybe don't go on a first date.
I think you better go with your best friend.
You better go with Kimile.
Then I'll say, I think you pooped. I think.
You know, when I was in middle school, did you ever have a code when you're on your period?
Oh, yeah. To check my pants when I was walking.
Yeah. Because back then, I mean, everybody wore pads.
Yeah. We had white Levi's.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
Yeah, we all had white Levi's.
Well, mine was like Aunt Myrtle's in town.
Aunt Flo. We had Aunt Flo. That's right.
So my best friend Diane, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to walk ahead. And then we thought we had to speak code out loud. Hey, I don't see Aunt Myrtle. Is she here? Because I don't see her at all. You're fine.
I mean, clandestine. Yeah.
So maybe there needs to be a code, like for the poop code. If you're still out of it, but your BFF is like, Camile's out of it, but I'm like, girl.
Yeah, that's right. I think you just give each other a bucket. Here's your bucket.
I mean, like, can somebody turn on the hose? The big hose.
Yeah, I was like, can you imagine having some sort of, again, it's a pretty extreme medicine.
Okay, but where's this happening? Is this on the beach?
Costa Rica. This was in Costa Rica.
Is it in a building?
Usually they have like a tent. I think it's like an outside.
You know, y'all, the stench in a tent.
Yeah, like a teepee. But literally,
lots of people in there pooping?
There was probably 40, 50 people.
40 people shit their pants?
And there's coaches. I mean, like people, they're helping you. But when I went, like there was literally a toilet seat sat on, kind of an outdoors hole. So it's like
girls camp, y'all.
They want everything that releases from your body to go back to the earth. So it's kind of like that.
There's something wrong. Y'all, you just don't go poop and pee and vomit in public.
You're honoring Mother Earth by retreat.
No, Mother Earth is
poison
saying,
out.
I'm good.
Let your poison out. You're puking and you're pooping. You let the poison out.
Let it out in a freaking bucket and throw it away. Y'all.
I think we can make money on a prep kit. You're gonna go ayahuasca. You're gonna do prep. Literally,
if you're going to Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, whatever, call us.
Yeah.
Because Kimile and I, first of all, we're going to get you some chiclets because
you're going
to want to maybe cleanse the breath too. Like we're going to start from
this hole to the other hole. We'll take care of you.
Wow.
For real.
First of all, let's think.
For real.
Here's the funny thing. If we can Kimile and I can just disclose this, we never know what we're going to talk about.
We don't. Well, we don't.
We really don't. We had no idea we were going down this. Poop hole.
I didn't know that. Or the tuna fish smell.
No. If you haven't had dinner yet, I'm sorry.
Or if you're eating, we're so sorry. No, we're not.
Yeah. But think about the instructors.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
They're in a tent, and people are being batshit crazy. They're pooping, they're peeing, they're vomiting,
are literally. They're hallucinating. Yes. Yes,
I'd be traumatized.
But if you understand the reason behind it, I'm telling you, there is some value. Well, because you got to know it. If you want to look at it,
you should know it, or you're going into this.
I know a guy that's done this 126 times. I don't think he poops himself, okay, but he has taken this medicine 126 sittings.
I can't even do melatonin. Melatonin makes me a mess for days.
I think is it DMT? I think it's DMT, but it really is something, and you're confronting your own demons in this ceremony.
How do they know that? How do they know that you're not just freaking high?
Well, because it's not.
Because I can drink a Corona and face some demons if I wanted to.
Not at this level. I am telling you, it
true,
is.
Because I don't poop on myself if I have a beer.
You're not out of your body going, oh my gosh. It is incredible. Is
it scary?
Yeah. Oh,
hey, everybody, let's sign up. Let's just pay money, go out of the country, and poop on ourselves. Gosh, this all sounds like a good idea. How much is this?
You pay thousands and thousands.
Again, is this a good idea? Do you have too much money?
I know, right? Are you just so bored?
You could pay Kimile thousands of dollars, sit in a nice climate-controlled office.
Don't poop here. Don't
You
put,
would
there's a
not be
bathroom.
pooping your pants. You'd have plenty of tissues, and there's a bathroom
You
right
can
down the
process your
road.
stuff with me. No, but I will say there.
She could speak in tongue over you, and you still wouldn't poop yourself.
Girl.
I can't get past that.
Well, even mushrooms. I mean, I don't know if people actually poop themselves in mushrooms, but these psychedelics are kind of in. I mean, if you're in the therapeutic world, and I'm in the therapeutic world, I read all this stuff all the time. People are getting some therapeutic value of mushrooms, and so they're doing like a dose, a micro dosing.
What's that thing that people do? You have to go in.
Ketamine.
Yes.
Yes, ketamine. Yeah, ketamine treatments. Ketamine helps you. Well, ketamine erases memories. Okay.
Oh,
now,
is
but
that
I don't know if
good?
you get it. Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't get to pick and choose what you're erasing.
Oh, no.
But if there's therapeutic conversation while you're on ketamine, it's possible that if you're going through a trauma, a PTSD, a lot of soldiers are getting value from this.
Yeah,
So
I can see that.
I'm not going to bash on if it's therapeutic, if it helps them. And I do think ayahuasca, I mean, it is no joke. It is no joke. It is
How many times have you done?
one time, 2 sittings. So I did two different nights where you're drinking the juice of the plant.
Do you have a hangover the next day?
I didn't have a hangover, but I mean, I was probably dehydrated. It took 8 hours for this to really get out of my system. It was, and it is, again, it's no joke.
Don't try to catch a plane.
Oh, no. You can't drive. You can't do anything. I wouldn't. I was
Were
there
you
for 3.
Were you just laying down the whole time?
No, I couldn't stop moving. I was moving around constantly. I could not stop moving.
See, I don't like to not be in control of my
You're a
body.
little out of control.
That's why I don't drink.
I didn't ever not feel like I was here. Like I wasn't so out of it that I was high or drunk. But I just felt like I have something. It's a spiritual experience. I'm not kidding. I feel like I had like some sort of teacher around me. And the things I thought I was going to be called out on or confronted by, none of that shit came up.
She ran over somebody when she was 14.
Yeah, like that didn't even
That
come
didn't
up.
come up
That
because
didn't come up.
it's not a bad thing.
That fucker deserved it.
That's not exactly what I meant. What I mean, if you didn't see that podcast, Kimile didn't mean to run over somebody.
It was a farm accident.
Yeah, and so
yeah, and he lived. I thought he died, but
I
he
know,
did live.
he's fine.
He lived. He was fine. But I did 2 sittings, 2 sessions, and it takes a long time for it to get through your system. I didn't ever not know I was me, but my eyes were going through something weird. Like I was seeing the future and then seeing the present time. My eyes were almost like shaking. It was weird. So, but it's a drug.
Is that legal?
I don't
Can you
know.
do that here in the U.S.?
Oh, I don't even. Am I breaking? I don't know. Am I confessing to a crime?
Well,
I don't know.
no. Did you go out of the country?
No, I was here. I was in Utah.
Oh,
I was in Hurricane.
officer.
I
She was right in her backyard.
was in Hurricane, Utah, and I'm gonna tell you something. The shaman that did my ceremony died. And it was after my session. I did 2 nights, and within I want to say 3 or 4 months, he had just finished another ceremony, and I'm sure it dehydrates. You are in so much heat in that teepee, but I don't know exactly what happened. But he literally passed out, never woke up. He just died right there after ceremony. It was
Again,
awful.
y'all
30. He was
lie.
30. 30
Oh,
something.
that's terrible.
It was Brigham.
Why do you have to be all in a tent? Why can't they just be out in the air?
I think it was for a traditional type ceremony. We didn't have to be. It was freezing cold. It was January.
Oh.
It was
Hell no.
January in Utah. You are going to freeze your parts off.
Is the tent warm?
Oh yeah, there's a fire in there,
Oh,
and
gosh.
people are mostly
This
laying
just gets
down.
better. You're totally spaced out, and there's a fire inside a tent, and then you're pooping.
And you're
This is a fun $1,000 trip.
It was like I want to say
Literally.
555, 777. I think I paid $777. So that's.
Would you do it again?
I'm glad I did it. I don't know I'm not called right now to do it again, but if I was, I probably would. Yeah,
Really?
would.
I don't know that you could talk me into
I didn't
that.
poop myself. I didn't puke. I had some heaves. I had dry heaves, but I never lost.
Who loves that?
Well, I didn't love it. You know, I felt though I was seeing so many faces as I was I felt like I was releasing that energy of all these thousands of clients. Like I had carried their pain or carried their.
Well, not only that,
It
all
was
your
amazing.
spiritual stuff.
Yeah, no, there was so much I saw, and then just the visions I had. It was incredible.
Oh my gosh, we got to finish this.
There's
But I will
a
tell
lot.
you this on behalf of Kimile. Like when 9/11 happened,
Yeah.
she had so many spirits that had died in 9/11 that were coming
yeah.
like boom, 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 boom.
Well, the night before, I was standing there and I was talking to my kids, and my husband at the time was gone. And I passed out. I like fell over. I lost consciousness. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? I thought I was dying of a heart attack. I didn't know. I called him. I need you home now. I feel like I'm dying. I was having something. And I went to the ER. They're like, you're fine. Everything's great. I'm like, well, I'm just crazy. Okay, I'm just crazy. But literally, I was having some sort of sensation. I couldn't stand myself. I was just something wrong. And then the next morning, I woke up to my alarm saying a plane is at the tower, and I knew. And I jumped out of bed. I changed my entire life after that, by the way, because I had so much energy hitting me at that time. And I was talking, and I mean, these beings were just, what the hell happened to me? It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy shit.
So we have to quit.
Yeah, Camile's crazy. Yeah, she
Camille
does.
poops on herself.
I do not poop on myself, and I don't smell like tuna fish either.
Let's just get a big disclaimer. Camille's like, I need to defend myself before we sign off.
Oh, let's talk
Sign
about
off.
whatever. You
you're
see what
good.
she does to me. You see,
I know.
Thank you for your.
All right, everybody. We will see you next time. Bye.